Hi everyone, my name is Hachi. People call me Pumpkin. I am from grade 3.7. Have you ever heard about a lion love to listen to story reading? I will introduce you him today through a story named Library Lion. Let's start with me. One day, a lion came to the library. He walked right past the circulation desk and up into the stacks. Mr. McBee ran down the hall to head librarian's office. "Miss Merriweather," he called. "No running," said Miss Merriweather without looking up. "But there's a lion," said Mr. McBee. "In the library." Is he breaking any rules?" asked Miss Merriweather. She was very particular about rules breaking. "Well, no," said Mr. McBee. "Not really." "Then leave him be." The lion wandered around the library. He sniffed the card catalog. He rubbed his hand against the new book collection. Then he padded over the story corner and went to sleep. No one was sure what to do. There weren't any rules about lying in the library. Soon it was time for story hour. There weren't any rules about lying at story hour either. The story lady seemed a little nervous, but she read out the first book's title in a good, clear voice. The lion looked up. The story lady kept reading. The lion stayed for the next story and the after story that. He waited for another story, but the children began to walk away. "The story hours is over," a little girl told him. "It's time to go." The lion looked at the children. He looked at the story lady. He looked at the closed books. Then he roared very loud. Miss Merriweather came striding out of her office. "Who is making that noise?" she demanded. "It's the lion," said Mr. McBee. Miss Merriweather marched over to the lion. "If you cannot be quiet, you will have to leave," she said in a certain voice. "Those are the rules." The lion kept roaring. He sounded sad. The little girl tugged on Miss Merriweather's dress. "If he promised to be quiet, can he come back for story hour tomorrow?" she asked. The lion stopped roaring. She looked at Miss Merriweather. Miss Merriweather looked back. Then she said yes. A nice, quiet lion would certainly be allowed to come back for story hour tomorrow. "Hooray!" said the children. The next day, the lion came back. "You are early," said Mrs. Merriweather. "Story hour is not until 3 o'clock." The lion did not budge. "Very well," said Miss Merriweather. "You might as well make yourself useful." She sent him off to dust the encyclopedias until it was time for story hour. The next day, the lion came back early. This time, Miss Merriweather asked him to lick all the envelopes for the overdue notice. Soon, the lion began doing things without being asked. He dusted the encyclopedias. He licked the envelopes. He let small children stand on his back to reach books on the highest shelves. Then he curled up in the story corner to wait for story hour to begin. At first, the people in the library were nervous about the lion, but soon they got used to having fun around him. In fact, he seemed very suited for the library. His big feet were quite on the library floor. He made a comfy backrest for the children at story hour, and he never roared in the library anymore. "What is a helpful lion?" people said. They patted his soft head as he walked by. How did we ever get along without him? This is the first part of my story. Hope I can have chance to read the rest of my story to you soon. Thank you.